All right, I got the new battery in. There's the I don't know what you call it, part number. This is, I believe, even though it's an X2 battery, it's an AGM style, whatever. Now, something else I found. This is a Marine. They also, of course, I got this at Batteries Plus, and I got it for full price, so nothing special. They do sell a version that is not Marine, and it actually save you 20-30 bucks. So check that out. I just was looking for dual purpose batteries, and under Marine this came up easier. If you had a certain vehicle that did the group 27s, it'd probably show up to you pretty well. Anyway, now here's something I had to do on the Jeep. This is the two modifications. If you have AC, yeah, you might have trouble getting this battery in here. I cut this back because I don't have AC. And then, so that was able to move this over some. And also what I did is, I got it hammered down. I took out just a little bit of this where it was hitting over here. Made a little more clearance for myself, or the battery. And then I just split some hose and put it in there. Just give it a little extra cushion. Don't want it to hit up against this too hard and bust something. So that's pretty much all you got to do. Now I want to mention, like, the Cummins makes a battery it's basically group 31 that's probably ideal for the R2.8. Now this isn't completely specific for the R2.8. For TJs, this would be a way to get into a bigger battery. You might even be able to get a group 31 in here. If you really want to get in there and shave, well, for one, you can move the battery from like this, like stick it up. You can fit it in that way. But now that I can set this down like so, man, that you might be able to get a 31, especially if I push this back, if I push this way, and I did a little bit of modification to the actual battery tray. Of course, again, this is because of the R2.8. This is really what's limiting me. But that being said, I can still come over here and bring this back more. I could probably get a group 31 in there. That probably added me. Of course, that being said, like, there's gonna be vibrations. I mean, these engines they're gonna vibrate. So I don't think you want to have this hitting over here. I think that's maybe a quarter inch or so. Yeah, good idea to have as much as you can. Something I need to do, and I haven't done yet, of course, just been getting it kind of placed in here. I do need to make a good battery tray at some point, but I've been up in the air, just, I've got to go dual battery, this and that. So I've never made a specific battery tray. I'm gonna, again, this is kind of temporary, but I don't want to spend a lot of time making a hold down for it if I decide I don't like this setup. I'm gonna leave this in here as is. I mean, it's pretty solid. I mean, when I try to move that, the Jeep moves, so that's pretty decent. I'm gonna try that for right now. I actually kind of like these posts. It gives me a place to put some accessories. I mean, it's really not a negative for the 20-30 bucks. It's kind of cool, but it's not necessary. I'm trying to think. There's some other stuff I was gonna say. I mentioned, well, yeah, like my spec said I could get away with 800 cold cracking amp battery, which is true. It still says that, but my manual never had the reserve capacity. I had an RC of 120, and when it got cold and it ran that grid heater, it was a different starting animal for sure. And actually, anytime it ran the grid heater, even when it's hot out, it still didn't have that just extra zip that I've had on most tractors and things like that. So that's just something kind of learning, as even it seems like it's all simple, but you got to keep adding to little things here and there. But I mean, to me, this is not that big a deal. It's kind of fun almost. So, and I wonder why. I just don't notice it. That's why. This post is a lot smaller, which stinks because my I'm just gonna open that out because I don't have anything that fits that. I don't know why they use such small little stud holes for this stuff. And just give me the 3/8. Just give 3/8 everywhere. Perfect. Only 5/16. Okay, done with that rant. Man, there was something else I was gonna say. but I can't think of it now because the Woodford. Oh, I know what I was gonna do. I need to put some sort of like heat stuff around this to protect it, or do something with it. I don't know. I'll probably use some of the something like Reflectix, and I'm just gonna cut something out and just wrap the battery in. I think that'd be kind of cool. Might put it underneath it too. I don't know, maybe, but kind of see how that fits in there. I'm pretty excited to be able to start my Jeep again. Now I guess I got to get into it. One of the killers besides the price of this is it. I had to wait well, I mean, honestly, it took a week to actually have a battery, but part of that was doing research. It takes me about 3 or 4 days to get this battery, so that's not great, but hopefully it won't fail catastrophically, and I can at least, if I get into a bad position, I'll be able to jump myself from the auxiliary and have just enough to get this started. I will also keep a jump pack handy. I've had a couple of the real cheap lithium jump pack things. I'll probably get a little more expensive one, and that just gives you another. If you're out, man, you don't want to. You want to be able to start your darn vehicle. So luckily this started happening and it got cold, and it was just kind of hard starting for a couple starts. I thought I had a loose wire. Played around with it more, and is definitely the battery. So did a load test on it. It started to get down just slightly low because I had less than the minimum amount. Like I was gonna say, like Cummins, they list a battery. They have a Group 31, and it's much better price than this one. But again, I had to make room to fit this. I wouldn't have to, but if I made a little bit more room, I'd probably fit the Group 31. But if you have AC, you're not probably, unless you have these lines somewhere else. I cut this down. This is the evaporator cord. I left it in there. I probably shouldn't have, but I was just like, dude, I'm gonna end up having mice coming through that. I got a bunch of other holes too, so yeah, that was stupid. I guess probably should have just left it out, but it didn't. Whatever, it's not a big deal. Just all in the fun of custom Jeeps. Maybe I'll try to show you what I make for the battery. Just kind of hold it, and then because this turbo and stuff like that, dude, it's gonna be warm. This is a $400 battery. I don't want to just ruin it. And then if I went dual battery, you're probably talking about $500 to $600. So any way you go, this is not going to be super cheap. You could get away with a little bit of other ways, putting I'm sure there's other ways it's going to cat, but to do some fabrication. I really kind of thought about getting back the tray and then maybe dropping some stuff down, maybe making a little easier room in a way that you don't have to have these big batteries on their side or whatever, but I'm not going to. And anyway, an AGM with all the vibrations that the Jeep's going to have, that's probably the way to go for this rig. All right, I was going to show you. I just ground just a little bit out of the way, and then I just took a little bit of windshield wiper hose head line around, split it, just put it there. That's what's holding the battery. Simple. All right. Looks like the Group 31 will fit. That's pretty cool. That's about as perfect a fit as you can get. Yep, I don't have the Group 31 in there now, but maybe in the future I will. Plus, they may actually keep a Group 31. They may actually, that may be more of a standard battery to find. Just look at the specs. I don't see everything I need. But yeah, it's kind of good information. All right, got the battery installed. Pretty excited. Got my Jeep back.